After reading through the principles and limitations for codes and journalisms, which principles and limitations are similar, journalists depend on fair use, often without knowing it. The set of principles and fair use for journalism was created by journalists to express the consensus of the intention of fair use. With that being said, the principles and limitations, like have a set of rules by the United States to interpret the copyright doctrine of fair use and codes for the use for a video use that just uh but for the film market, and which ones are different. The fair use applies when journalists use copyrighted materials as documentation to validate, prove, support, or document a position and limitations. The journalist should consider For limitations, the journalist should consider the value of copyrighted material for the public understanding and confidence of the reporting. And for hidden meanings in uh, related film is one. The example I'm using is the movie Us, of the Jordan Peele movie, which relates to a lot of things that relate to the goals of the United States. Like the United States has this common culture. For one, they have a hidden feature of like the American dream, which is like an age-old concept of the common theme that films usually interpret, which is that they strive to have to fix that to be perfect, and they have all this stuff. But in Us, it's not really been a thing. It's just described of having the most and best stuff because um, the main character's family they have a boat and they have a lake house, but their friends, however, have this nice resort type looking boat and looking house that they have on the lake. Which is like, but however, they are clearly flawed as their friends are kind of like they're drinking. They don't really look like they actually have like a nice common relationship. Uh, and there is a like if you haven't seen the movie, it's basically there's like a doppelganger where they're tethered to someone who lives in the sewers of the United States, but there is a person like myself is living on the outside, and whatever I say I'm doing this right now, my doppelganger is kind of going through the motions of doing that, and like there is a time where the main character's with her family and she is at the movies, and she she is at a carnival on Coney Island, I want to say, and they win a t-shirt which is the Thriller, and it's going to be in a Thriller t-shirt, and as she's a young girl, it's going to be used as a fun reference to what the Thriller is of the entire movie. It's not only just a song, but it's clear that Jordan Peele's intention to pay to the homage of the Thriller song and music, which like simulates the setting of the movie, and kind of like acting as like these tethered people are acting as zombies to the mirrored people in the real life, and uh like if you've seen Jordan Peele's Get Out, it's like kind of like how he's stuck in his body, and basically these tethered people are also stuck in the body. Like they're they are like he's like they're like trapped. Like like me moving my hands like this, which I can't help. My tethered person can't do that. Um, um, and then slowly there becomes a where they're like what the intention is these tethered people are actually trying to cut themselves off from their people. And back to what I was talking about, Thriller and Michael Jackson. They Michael Jackson wears a red suit in his music video, and these tethered people end up wearing red, like, pajama like suits, and there's a lot of like hidden things. They eat rabbits, and they end up cutting a lot of things, including a stuffed rabbits and fluffy like animals to significance, like the fluff that like that the that people put around like typical things. Um, and then back to the symbolism of what the tethered means. Um, it's like it really just represents a variety of things and the mystery of like what uh, a lot of things bring. And that's about it. Thank you.